Session 2, Family. This session deals with the family. You'll be hearing from the elder and running activities that take a critical and constructive look at the family unit. We'll think about the changes families have gone through over the years, and participants will have opportunities to reflect on the ways that they can contribute to their personal well-being and, by extension, the well-being of their family and community. We'll also hold a family talking circle and discuss supportive communication styles. The session starts as usual by getting together and welcoming participants to today's activities. You can briefly introduce the theme of today's session, the family. Invite the elder to conduct whatever ceremony, protocol, or acknowledgements are appropriate for the session. You can budget about 10 minutes for this portion of the program. After the opening is mealtime. If you decide that it's appropriate, you can ask the elder to bless or give thanks for the food. Invite families to serve themselves and give priority and assistance to elders and anyone else who needs extra help. Make sure that everyone lends a hand to clean up. In total, the meal should take about 30 minutes. Once you've finished eating and cleaned up, you'll be collecting feedback on the last session from participants. This should take about 10 minutes and involves asking the group the following questions. What were some of the key lessons from session 1? Today, we'll talk about how everyone in our family and community is valuable. Would anyone like to talk about the special item that you brought from home and explain why this symbol is meaningful to your family? Next is time for the elder to speak. This week's theme should center on the role played by different members of the family and reflections on how these roles have changed over time. Please talk with the elder about their contribution ahead of time and provide them with the resources available in the program materials. After the elder speaks, invite participants to share their thoughts on the elder's words, using the discussion cues from the manual if necessary. In total, set aside about 20 minutes for the elder's talk and the discussion that follows. Once the discussion wraps up, you'll either be A, playing a board game, if you're a community who's running 2.5-hour sessions, or B, heading right into the talking circle activity, if you're a community who's holding 2-hour sessions. If you're playing the board game, refer to the rules included at the end of the section devoted to Session 2 in the manual. The objective of the board game is to collect all 12 month cards and the ending card. Players play as 2 teams, each with a die and a token. When a team lands on a month, the player who rolled the die comes up with an activity related to that season. If the group agrees with the player, the team collects the card. Play now passes to the other team. The board game should take about half an hour to play. Take a look at the manual for guidelines on running the talking circle activity. If the elder is willing, they can provide some background on the significance of the talking circle. After introducing and explaining the talking circle, ask families to group up and lead them through a practice talking circle. All in all, the introduction and activity should take about 30 minutes. After the talking circle, you'll be continuing the Tree of Life activity. Refer to the manual for an explanation of this phase of the activity. Families will stay grouped up and complete the branch portion of the activity in their booklets. This activity looks at the types of things that participants dedicate their time towards and how well these pastimes line up with their values. This activity should take about 10 minutes. The second session comes to a close after the Tree of Life activity. We recommend that you thank participants for their presence and let them know that you're looking forward to seeing them at the following session. Next, explain the take-home activity, which asks participants to have a conversation about traditional naming practices. If participants have a name in their traditional language, they can think about the meaning of this name and tell the group about it next session. Finally, you can lead participants through a relaxation exercise or ask the elder to offer a closing word or observe any other meaningful practice. Keep in mind that this video is only a summary of the session. Make sure to read the detailed description in the manual to prepare the material as indicated. Thank you for your role in bringing the Listening to One Another program to families in your community.